that you violated, and I forgave you. Remember when you thought about harming yourself, and I pulled up to save you? Well, now I need you because I'm going through it. But I'm guessing that ain't fake. How quickly people forget the ones who never left. That I swear crazy. Yeah. Man, I've been in my feelings. Man, can't nobody hear me.
Hey everyone, happy holiday. Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. If not, I hope you all are having a good day. And for those who do, like I said, happy holidays. I have a quick word for someone. This is not going to be like a word per se like that, but this is actually a warning for someone. And so yeah, you're welcome to stay if you want to stay. If not, like I said, happy holidays. I love you guys. I hope you have a good day today, a good week. And y'all, we almost made it to the end of the year. We made it. We made it. We made it. Okay. We made it. We almost there, y'all. So I'm very excited about that. Okay. But anyway, like I said, this is a warning for someone. And unfortunately, it's not necessarily like a good, message or whatever, but for whoever this is for, you have been asking the Lord to show you who your enemies are. Like, you know that there's something going on. You're able to discern that something is not right or something is off, but you're not sure exactly what has taken place or what is going on or what is off. And so this is your answer that the Lord has given to me. So the Lord gave me this in several different ways, okay, guys? And so I'm just going to give you the message that the Lord gave to me, okay? But it starts off like, okay, so like I said, for whoever you are, you have been asking the Lord who your enemies are. And so I had been hearing the Lord say for a couple of weeks now, ever since I did the last message, I have been hearing the Lord say, a hired hit, okay? Like hired help, hired hit, okay? And so, as the Lord has been revealing what he was saying to me, he asked me to get on here and give the message. And so, as I said, the Lord was giving me like hired hit, okay? And so whoever this hired hit is, or whoever hired this hit, it's almost like hired help, a helping hand, okay? Like they may be helping you with something or have helped you with something, like you may have worked with them before or are working with them. And how I see it is it's almost like it is three people involved, okay? There's a woman and two men. And so the man, one of them is close to you, and I know this because I had a vision of this man, okay? So before I go into details of that, let me say this. When I was younger, when I was like in middle school, high school, and college, I used to have a best friend, okay? Now, this best friend, he dated my cousin, okay? And so he dated my cousin, and at some point I dated his cousin. But so we were best friends from the time that they dated, even after they broke up and on while I was in college, okay? And so, like I said, I ended up having a vision of the man, okay, the two men and the woman, okay. So one of the men, how I see it is like you guys may have been working on something together or working together, and it's almost like he did some kind of betrayal, some kind of backstabbing by dating your child's mother, okay. And this child's mother has twins, okay. And I say that because I saw the twins in a vision, okay. And so I could not see exactly what they look like, but I just saw two twins standing side by side, okay. And after that is when I had the vision of the woman and the vision of the man and things like that. And so I believe what the Lord was showing me is that this man, he was he's very well known within like your circle, your family unit, your friends, your children's mother. Like, he's very known within that, and so it's almost like he is a ex of an ex, if you will. That's what I'm hearing the Lord say, like an ex of an ex. And so as I said, he is in partnership with another man that I saw in the vision, which is your brother. Okay, that's who I saw in the vision. Now, it's hard for me to give this message, but I just have to give it the way that the Lord gave it to me. So when the Lord was saying hired hit, I saw your brother and this man like dapping each other up, exchanging some money. And the Lord said like an even exchange. And he was telling me or showing me like it's an even exchange, because I believe that you have some type of insurance, some type of coverage, okay, life insurance over your life, okay, or it's like if something was to happen to you, then a set amount of money goes to your children, okay. And so because you have this policy and people know about this policy, it's an even exchange, because your brother, he is already jealous and envious of you just for whatever reasons. He's been like that from how I hear, like for your entire life. It's always been this level of jealousy, this level of enviousness and things like that. And so always doing like crooked things, or things, because you always know the type of people when you deal with them, if they're really for you or they're not for you. And so it's tricky when it's your loved one, because there's always this point of times where they do things that you normally would cut other people off for, where they do things that are just kind of like foul. And so that's how the Lord is giving it to me. And so like I said, I saw them dapping up, and I saw them exchanging money, and the Lord was telling me like even exchange, because it's even, because they're both your enemies, and so they're the common denominator of what the Lord is saying about this hired hit, okay. And so then he began to cause me to remember about one of my friends that I had a really good friend, childhood friend, kind of like a childhood best friend, and she had this she had kids, okay, and so then by different dads and things like that, and she was dating this man. And so it came a point in time where the child's father was trying to take the twins. They were twins. He was trying to take them out of state, okay, with him. He was going to move out of state, and he was going to try to take the twins out of state with him. However, she went to the house, and they were arguing and things like that, and the boyfriend jumped out of the bushes and killed him. And so the Lord is kind of giving this to me like that. It was all over the news. My friend is in prison, and that man is in prison as well. But the Lord was kind of giving it to me like that, like, this person, because she's basically in this relationship that she is in is abusive. Is the person is narcissistic, and so she kind of just does what they say and goes along with what they say and things like that. But to you, she's not going to let in on that to you. Like, you may have heard about it from other people. Other people may tell you like, yeah, something ain't right with that or whatever. But to you, she's going to make it look like it's this glorious relationship, but it's not. And the reason she's making it look like that is because the Lord kept giving me this verse, and I think it's about Little Baby, when it says, I went to I'm not sure the song, but he says, I went to buy a diamond earring I went to buy a ring like your diamond earrings, or something like that. I can't think of the exact lyric, but it's something like, I went to buy a ring to match your earrings, or something of that nature. And so the Lord was telling me like that at some point there was a proposal. And so I believe that you broke the proposal off due to I want to say like cheating, or some type of underhanded situation that took place that you were not okay with. Okay, there were some secrets that were exposed that you were not okay with, and so you ended this engagement. And so she's not going to tell you now that this situation is not going well, or that this situation is not working out in her favor and things like that. But she does not necessarily know the plans and the plots that your brother and this young man have, because like I said, it seems like you guys used to work together, or he's very acclimated within the unit of your circle, okay. And so she doesn't fully know. She has some awareness, but she does not fully know. And so where you think that there's like a recommitment of something, or like you guys are now trying to get on the same page, now trying to communicate, now trying to, do what you have to do so that you can see your children, that is not what's going to take place. And so the Lord wants you to be cautious and mindful about who you go around and who you allow in your space, because even when he was giving the warning about who you allow in your space, he was showing me a woman, and she was coming back as if so, like she was trying to rekindle a relationship. She was trying to rekindle what you guys have. And while her feelings may kind of be real or whatever like that, I can't judge that. The people that she is attached to have already prepared a setup for you. Okay. And so, like I said, because it's almost as if how I see it is like maybe you're going to go and you're trying to see your children for the holiday, or you're trying to give them some presents or whatever it is like that. And you're thinking that it is going to be a rekindling of sorts, or you have not seen them in a while and things like that. But really will be at your demise. And so, you have to now be cautious and probably cancel the meeting and things like that, and see what way the Lord wants you to go so that you are not harmed in this situation. Because like I said, while she does not know everything, she has an idea, and this plot and plan has already been prepared between your brother and the man that she is dating. Okay. Now, what the Lord wanted me to tell you is no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You see, I was recently somewhere, and a man just randomly came up to me and he was like, "You want to go home?" And so I was at work, but I try not to say everything, you guys, because people get so offended when I put them on this video for some reason. I don't know. So even if I'm not talking bad, they just get offended. So this man came up to me and he was like, "You want to go home?" And so I said, "Yeah, is it time to go?" Because the bells hadn't rung. It wasn't time to go yet. Like, no one was saying it was time to go. I wasn't saying I want to go home. So I'm like, yeah, is it time to go? Now, this was just a coworker. This was not, a higher up. And so he was like, "Well, if you want to go home, the door is right there. The door is open. Just leave." And so I was like, "The door's not open." And he was like, "Yes, it is. The door's open. You want to go home? Go home. Leave." And so then he walked away. And I was like, "Lord, what was that about?" Because I don't even really talk to this man, So I'm like, "Lord, what was that about?" And the Lord began to show me that your enemies have to let you go. They can no longer hold on to you. No plot, no plan, no ploy, whatever it is that Satan is trying to do to come up against you, to come up against your life, to come up against the plans and purposes that he has for you, to take what it is that he has for you. God has already prepared a place for you in the presence of your enemies. And so I am basically coming like ahead of time to warn you. God is warning you. This is all just confirmation for you. I'm not telling you anything that you have not already known. All of this is confirmation for you. And God is coming ahead of time to warn you so that you can, take heed and do what it is that he's telling you to do so that you can be protected in this matter. Because how I see it is it's like an adverse effect. It's a boomerang effect. So where they think that they have this plot and plan for you, it is not going to go in the way that they think it's going to go, which is ultimately going to cause a demise within one of their lives. And so I just need you to understand that and know that, like, while they may have this plot and plan in place for you, it's not going to work because it's going to have a boomerang effect. And so what was meant to come to you is actually going to bounce off of you and hit them. Okay. And so they will be caught in the crossfires of the bullets that were meant for you. And that is the word that the Lord has for you. No weapon formed against you will prosper if you take heed and continue to seek him and yield to what it is that he's saying, yield to the warnings you've been asking. You wanted to know this is the truth. And, unfortunately, I just want to say I'm sorry to you that this is the day that the message is coming on and things like that, or it just simply that this is something that you have to go through when we talk about jealousy and enviness from brothers. But we know that is a part of the walk with Christ. We know that even in scripture, like I said, with Cain and Abel, and how that happened, so you're always going to come up against or someone is always going to come up against you and come up against the will of God and try to take what it is that God has already prepared for you and predestined for you you, but God has already chose you for the matter. God has already chosen you for whatever it is that he has for you. And so no one can come in and try to take your life. No one can come in and try to take your purpose. No one can come in and try to take, who God has for you, who God has ordained for you, or anything attached to you. And so when the enemy tries to send someone to come up against you to try to do a hired hit, to try to cause a demise within your life, to try to take you from your children, to try to take you from your family, to try to take you from, the things that God has for you, God will raise up a standard against the enemy, and he will cause the very thing that they were trying to do to be done to you, the very thing that they were trying to do to you to be done unto them. And that is the word of the Lord. I'm praying for your protection. I ask the Lord to cover you, to keep you, to protect you. And I know that you're going to get out of this safely if you just continue to yield and listen to the voice of the Lord and the word of the Lord, and do not ignore how you feel, because how you feel is very, very much so accurate. The things that you feel, the things that you're seeing right now, they are very accurate. And so you're not wrong in how you're feeling about anything. Everything that you are seeing right now, that is your discernment. That is your wisdom that has been bestowed upon you so that you can, maneuver safely. And while yes, it's painful, and yes, it hurts, this is not something that you did not already know. You already knew about your brother. You already knew how he was moving. You already knew that he was grimy, as I hear in the spirit. And so this is not new. You already knew that the guy who was dating your ex, that situation wasn't right, that your baby mama wasn't right. So these are things that you already knew. And so what you have to do is take the proper channels, like in court and things like that. I know you want to see your kids, and the Lord knows you want to see your kids also, but the Lord wants you to be protected in that, and you can't see your kids if you're no longer here. And so you have to take the proper channels to get the proper people involved so that you can see your kids. I know that sometimes as men, you guys don't even want to deal with the court system. You don't want to deal with certain people and things like that. But let me tell you something. This is not the same season that you have dealt with in the past. I know in the past, what the Lord is saying is that you have not been had favor within the court system. But God is saying to go again. He's saying to do it again. He's saying he has it covered. This is not the same season that it was last time. And so you will not have the same outcome that you had last time, nor will you have the same result that you had last time. And actually, even with this situation that is going to take place, there is going to be some proof that will fall into your lap, and that will give you the rights to your children. And so that is the word of the Lord. I love you guys. Have a good day. I also just want to say the Lord was causing me to remember, as he was asking me to release this word, the message I did with the Rihanna song where it was talking about standing up under my umbrella. And so I don't know exactly how that message ties into this one, because honestly, I can't remember what all I said in that message, but I believe it was like 2 messages ago, or it's been within the last few messages that I did. And so I just wanted to also give you that in case you needed to go back and look at that message. And please understand, in our lifetime, it's always going to be someone. You always have those people that are like, oh, you'll never find another me. You'll never find another me. And, on the other end, we're always the people like, you promise? Like, Lord, did you hear what they said? You heard what he said, Lord? You heard what she said, Lord? Like, they said, I will never find another them, because in all reality, in all honesty, that's all we want in our life, is to never find another them. And so, we be basically like praying to the Lord, like, Lord, make this my blood sacrifice. Don't let me have to ever run into a situation like this again, ever. And God is saying for you that this is your blood sacrifice. You will never have to run into another situation like this ever again. And this is why you are the one who holds the keys to the promises that God has bestowed upon you, upon your life, and upon your purpose. It doesn't matter who tries to step in the way of what God has for you. It will not work. It is not going to work. That is the word of the Lord. Be sure to watch the company you keep. I don't care how many people try to come in your face, how many people try to sell you that they're for you, how many people come smiling, how many people come, oh, I got this for you, I got that for you, let me hook you up with this, let me hook you up with that. Be careful with the company that you keep. And that is the main thing that the Lord wants you to know. In this season, be careful with the company you keep. Even when people trying to return past relationship, past exes, past, friendships, if God did not ordain it, if he is not showing you that, yes, this is what I have for you, this is what I've ordained for you, be careful with the company that you keep.